and welcome to Sitting with Sheena. Today we have a special guest with us, Keandra. And today's topic of conversation is going to be desires.
Design.
Now, as a lot of you guys know, Keandra is my best friend. So she all like this journey that we have, it's been 10 years. And we've been able to grow and see.
Yes,
so
Lord.
Been able to know each other very well. And we talk about timing for desires. It's so interesting that she says timing, because I feel like that is my personal struggle, where it's just like coming from a childhood where whatever I wanted, whatever I desired, I got because mommy and daddy were in positions where they could. So it's like, wait, what do you mean I can't get what I want when I want it? Like I want it right now.
That's her thing. That's
right now.
Conditioning will teach us, okay, this is the goal. The desire is the goal. That's the end game. That's where we need to be. You know, it's like, that's where we need to get to the goal, get to the desire. Instead of, this is what we want, let's enjoy the process to get there. Because once you get the goal, I tell people this now, it's like, I want to be a singer and I want to put out an album and tour it. The minute I put my album out, I'll experience that and then it'll pass. The minute I do my tour, my first tour, I'll have that experience like, whoa, I just toured. And then it's gonna pass. So it's like, you can't put all of the value in just the end goal. You have to enjoy the fact that there's a process to getting to the end goal. What is the process of me finding my sound first and finding what type of music I like, what I wanna write about, what I wanna talk about, and then creating an album and enjoying every bit of that process so that I have memories, to look back on of a process of me making my first album and what's going into my first tour, the rehearsals and the costumes and this, that, and the other, it's enjoying the process. And I feel like that'll take a lot of pressure off of you trying to achieve a goal and putting time limits on it because you're just too busy enjoying every step of the way. It's like, no, it's a process. Trust in timing, have faith, and enjoy the journey there.
Yeah. One thing I can say for certain when it comes to achieving a goal or a desire, where I would say we differ a bit, is Keandra is...
Don't say my name like that. Don't say my name that hard, bro.
Kiki is let me not even start with Kiki. Let me just talk about myself for a second. I am the type of person, I have a desire. I have a goal. I know clearly what I want. I know that whatever I want is going to happen, or I'm going to achieve the things that I desire. But I also feel some sort of obligation to do some type of active work towards whatever it's desiring. I can't just be like, oh, I want to have wings and fly, and not actively be trying to
jump off the
something.
Yeah.
I want to fly, so I'm about the first step. Let's try this balcony, okay? Cool. Whereas in Kiki is more of I put it out there. I'm just gonna allow it to come.
Yeah, because I don't know what that is, but I am so relaxed when it comes to just having faith that it'll happen. And I think it's only because I've seen so many times in my life where things have come and things have happened and just different things that I've wanted to do, I've been able to do. And then the times where I stressed out about it, it happened, but I still took the time to stress out, about it in between, and to cry and to overthink and to do all of these different things when it still happened.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I've seen it enough to know now I can just sit back and rest in everything is literally going to happen exactly how it's supposed to. Even me being prepared for whatever the desire is that I want. Like, okay, I want to do an album. Now I'm writing more, or just all of a sudden an opportunity comes up where a friend asks me to come to the studio and they're like, yeah, let's just try some writing thing. Just little things will happen. That's just how supported you are.
Yeah.
You know, in this universe with this source, God, whatever you call it, whatever you believe in, it supports you that much to where every little thing that's happening is literally just pushing you forward to the goals that you want and your desires. So I'm really laid back, almost too laid back sometimes, where sometimes I just get too lazy and I might not, and I have to kind of sometimes like, all right, come on, let's work towards these goals. Cause you gotta also practice. You have to also keep yourself, you know, it's like, okay, now I'm about to start rambling. So if you have a goal and a desire, it's still, the work comes in when you are thinking about it every day, or you spend a few minutes, you know, just looking at the pictures that you have on the wall so it can stay in your mind, or you spend some time reading what you wrote down, or you meditate for a little bit and think about your desires in your meditation. And it's like, that's still work.
Yeah.
You know, it's like putting time in to manifest and to keep your energy, you know, circulating with your desires. That's also work. So it's not like you have to do and just do everything that you think is gonna get you. You know, it's. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you still gotta do the work. I get lazy sometimes in that space.
You still have to do some sort of work.
Yeah.
So whereas in mine is a physical, where I'm like, I want to get up and I want to do something. I still
to make you feel like the goal is like I'm working actively.
I'm doing something and
towards the goal.
That really could just be me. But what I was gonna say is,
Sheena's a busybody.
The journey. This is true, guys. I have to be doing something. This quarantine.
She has to move. She has to do things.
I've got to do something. These beautiful pictures you see behind us, you should see the gallery. Like,
she's been painting, honey.
Like, I just have to do something. Like, I can't just sit around and do nothing. So doing something that I feel, it may have no contribution because stuff is already in a line, but it makes me feel like
it's that part.
I'm doing something.
Yeah.
But whether it is or it isn't, the reality of the matter is we have different journeys, and our journeys are going to happen differently. So I say all of that to say is, what one person is doing to get towards their desire, it doesn't have anything to do with you. You have to do what you feel is best for yourself.
Yes.
I feel like doing something makes me feel better towards getting to my desire. Kiki feels like me in a relaxed state is going to help me get to my desire.
Because I'll stress. I'll overthink.
So how one person is working towards their goals doesn't have to be how you're working towards your goals or your desires. So I said that to say that we both are on different journeys. We both have different methods. So find out what your method is. Find out what works best for you. And what works for you may not work for the next person. And what works for the next person may not work for the person after that. So be okay with whatever your process is. And I think with our society, we feel cookie cutterish, where everything has to be
just like
exactly.
It's this way. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how the journey. This is how long it's supposed to take.
Exactly. And that's not life. That's not reality.
Yeah.
And understanding that everybody is different. You have your own obstacles. Like we said, we both have our own obstacles that we have to overcome.
Yeah.
The way that she gets around the tree and the way that I get around the tree are probably going to be two different ways that we get around the tree. Nevertheless,
cartwheels.
I will chop that. Just get out of my way. But nevertheless, we both get around the tree.
Yeah.
You know, so the way that you achieve your desires, take some time. Figure out what feels good, because at the end of the day, that is what's going to help produce results that you want. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on things that make you feel good. Oh, I feel good that today I wrote a script, so that makes me feel like I'm getting closer to my goal. And that energy that I'm creating is positive energy. It's positive vibes. So that is going to be sent out into the universe and help, you know, with your goals. Whereas in Kiki, her being in a calm, meditative state, relaxed, that produces good energy for her.
Me, yeah.
So therefore, that gives her energy out into the universe.
I don't
That
feel
positive
stressed. I
energy
feel like
comes back.
Yeah, like I just feel calm, and I'm like, okay, all that is all that is. What's supposed to be will be. When I'm in that space, things happen for me. They happen quicker and they just flow. You know, that's me.
Yeah.
Because if I do, I'll stress, and think, and it's too much.
A big thing for me that helps me with the things that I desire to keep faith, to keep strong, because like I said, it is a journey.
Yeah.
So there are moments where we're just like, but I thought, and it still hasn't happened yet, whatever the case, or you have something which you think is a setback, but it's really a set up, because you have to know that everything is working out for you.
Yeah.
Everything is working out for your best interest. So if my goal or my desire is to do this or to do that, if I get let go, I get fired from a job, I could see that as oh no, I got fired and this is terrible and this is not all what I wanted to manifest, like what is happening. But little did you know that you had to get fired from this job so that you can go to this unemployment to meet this person who just so happens to have the perfect job for you.
And it's stuff like that. It happens like that. I'll say this. I was doing the Kanye Sunday service thing, singing with Kanye, and it's cool, you know. I can feel myself getting a little like, okay, I know, I just want to sing. I want to sing on my own stuff. And all of a sudden, I just felt like I think I want to take a class, like an acting class. So I took a little commercial class, took the class, and before I even finished the class, I ended up booking the Empire job. Ended up booking the job, and I knew, just because the support that I had, the universe that's supporting me, it just lines things up to happen in a strategic way. Like, oh, let's put her back in front of the camera real quick so she can get, you know, like, so she can remember how to do these things, because this is happening. It's like
this is coming.
Everything, every little thing is working just for exactly what it is that you are wanting in life.
Trust in the timing, like, hey, when it's time for me to quit this job and get the job that I desire, everything is gonna flow together. I won't have any ill feelings about it.
Right.
And feelings, I feel like it's something that we all should. Women for sure have it, men, you guys have it too, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna be fair. But that intuition that you have, that gut feeling, that's something that is telling you, hey, hold on just a little while longer, or that go to this supermarket today. And I don't know why I wanted to go to this particular supermarket, but then you ran into a guy who you've been waiting to meet. Now, 5 years later, y'all are married, all because you chose to follow whatever instinct that told you to stop at this grocery store. Yeah,
and that's trusting. You're trusting in that, you know? Trusting in that power that exists inside. It's like, exactly, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
I would for sure say, like, listen to whatever it is you're desiring. Don't suppress. If you're feeling like, hey, I'm 40, but I've been wanting to be a photographer, I've been wanting to take pictures, I've been wanting to do this, and you never acted on any of those desires because you felt like whatever you felt, don't push those desires away. Don't push those feelings down. Explore them. Look into them.
And ask yourself, what is it that's making me afraid to do it? You know, what is it that's really stopping me from doing this? Do I feel like if I try this, I may fail because I'm not really that good at it and I'll just be starting out? Or do you feel like, you know, I won't be able to support my family if I try that? If, you know, really look at the things that are stopping you. Ask yourself what's stopping you. And then put them aside, you know, because at the end of the day, it's life. If you try it and it doesn't work, cool, you tried it, and then you can always go back to how life regularly is, you know? That's how I felt when we moved out to LA. It's like, you can always go back home and find a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might as well just try it. Is it easy? No.
Just go after it. The biggest thing that I would say, whatever it is that you're desiring, people are going to have something to say about anything, about everything. And now in today's society where there's social media and people are protected by their Twitter fingers, they say even more of what they want. You can't care. To just be simple and plain, you can't care what other people have to say. You got to find your heart's desire. And whatever your heart is desiring, go after it. If you're anything like Sheena, you want the perfect relationship, you want the perfect children, you want the perfect career, you want the perfect car with the perfect house overlooking the mountains with the
And guess what? She can and will have that. And that's the thing. That's what she believes. It's like that. I believe it too. You gotta have people that support you, because I'm like, looking over all of that. You know, it's like,
and there will be desires that you have that people will not be supportive of, even your closest friends. I have a desire of whom the man is for me in my life,
and it's not happening. It's not happening.
And not all people are supportive of this person, but it doesn't matter. You just have to keep your eye on the prize and go after it full force. And the thing is, you'll be happy, you'll get your desires, and then you also can look at those naysayers who said that you couldn't, who said that you wouldn't, who said that you can't,
and give them hugs and say that.
Told you.
What else is there outside of the journey, the goal? You have the intention, you have the journey, and then you have the goal that you accomplish. Yeah. What else is there? Because after that, you set another goal.
Because I was gonna say the goal is the end point. Like, boom, okay, you got it. Now what? New goal, new journey, new desire,
so
new.
It
continues. It continues to go on and on and on and on. This is Keandra, everyone. I was gonna say, just to wrap it up, a final.
Already?
Sorry.
I like sitting with you.
You have to join us again another time.
I will. I'll be back tomorrow. If it's something that you want and that you desire, you can have it. You can do it. Honestly, I mean, that's just the truth of it. You just can. And it's the minute that you program your own mind to believe that you can. I mean, it's like there's nothing that you can't do. Everything that happens is for your good.
Now, whatever that instinct is telling you to go do this,
listen
to that. Listen to it, because it's setting you up. And so when you decide, hey, I ain't setting that. I'm going to go to the store that I always go to, or I'm not going to take no acting class, whatever the case may be. Now, God, the universe, source, whatever, has to re-navigate because you didn't listen.
Let's rearrange,
And she's gonna say no to that, so we're just gonna reroute.
Take those out. Nope. Let's bring that back in. She's not going.
She's not ready. We're just gonna. No, but in all seriousness, trust your instinct. Follow your desires. First, identify what the desire is. What is it that you want? Follow whatever instincts that you get regarding to, like whatever it is, because it may not make sense to you. And guess what? It doesn't have to make sense to you.
You want it, that's all you have to know.
When you look back on things, you be like, oh man, well, if I hadn't took him to this audition and walked in there and did this and did that, then these things wouldn't have happened. So it works together in ways that are unexplainable. And honestly, I feel like those are some of the beautiful stories where it's just like,
where you get your stories from?
You are lying.
No, and look.
How? So find your desires. Figure out what your desires are. Follow your intuition. Trust your instincts. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can achieve your desires. You can, and you will.
It will. It'll happen.
And that's it.
That is that on that.
I hope you guys enjoyed sitting with Sheena and Kiki today. Thank you so much for joining us.
I sat with Sheena, y'all.
If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and we shall see you again next time. Thanks for sitting with Sheena.
Bye.